for checking in. I got a new Wii video game review for you. Today we're going to be looking at Star Wars The Force Unleashed on Wii. Now I know this game is kind of old, but I don't care. I just beat the game moments ago. I was doing homework, of course, and got bored, and so I played the video game. That's how I play video games these days. I do homework, play video games, do homework, play video games. I never get to play video games more than 20 minutes in a row. It's kind of sad. Anyway, reviewing time. This game was surprisingly fun. I got a very bad taste initially from the demo that I had played. The very beginning stage of the game, you play as Darth Vader himself, and it was not impressive at all. Gotta get the bad toe out of the way right off the bat. Graphically, this game is nothing. It's, again, as I've said before, it's developers making a PS2 game, porting it to the Wii, and not doing anything to make it look better. So it pretty much looks like a PS2 game, which is like less than a tenth of what the Wii is capable of. But nonetheless, even though the graphics are really unforgivable, they're not terrible. When I say unforgivable, I mean there's no excuse for graphics that bad other than pure laziness. It doesn't mean the game is ugly to look at. The first stage where you play as Darth Vader, that's actually ugly to look at. Once you get past that, it picks up. It's not good, but it's not so bad that you can't play the game. It's not like certain other games that are just so ugly you can't even complete them. One of the things I did like was the motion controls on this one. They didn't feel second. They didn't feel secondary or half-assed. They actually feel really good. The control is third person. You run around, you jump, you swing your lightsaber. Swing your lightsaber here, kind of like in Zelda. But it actually knows if you swing left, right, up, or down. And there's a combo system that you don't have to know. You can just madly flail and, you'll do all right, but you'll certainly take a lot more damage. And certainly later on in the levels, if you don't have the timing down, you're going to get penalized. So it actually does a remarkably good job of being easy to pick up, but hard to master, but very gratifying once you get down the lightsaber combos. It feels awesome to know, be like, timing is good, but you don't have to sit there with a chart and figure it out. It's not like you're playing Virtua Fighter 4, where you need a booklet that tells you exactly what to do in order to do it. It's just sort of instinctive, and eventually you get the rhythm, and it's really fun to kill people with your lightsaber that way. Of course, not nearly as fun as picking them up and throwing them into, let's say, the laser beam of the Death Star. That's fun. Also, like the Force Lightning, a friend of mine said that when he played the game, he only used Force Lightning, so they should change it to Power of the Force Lightning Unleashed. It is kind of cool to be able to do that. That's probably where this game excels more than anything else, is it makes you feel tremendously badass. Like, oh my gosh, does it make you feel like a freaking demigod. It's amazing. Not the same visceral satisfaction of Mad World, because it's not as graphic, but the scope of what you do is so much more awesome. When you do that force push and you knock back like 12 guys, or you pick up a tank and you with the force and you throw it into a rancor, and the enemies you fight, the boss battles, you finish a boss battle and you really feel like, yeah, that's right, I just whooped the ass of a rancor. What'd you do? Yeah, you didn't whoop an rancor's ass, did you? So definitely the main goal of the game, which was to have the fun of being a superhero in the Star Wars universe, well succeeded. The sounds are all spot on for what they need to be. The control, as I said, is actually really tight. Your guy runs around like he's had a little too much speed. He slides a bit. I think the entire universe is covered in grease, perhaps. But despite this, it still feels very accurate. The only real problem is, of course, the camera and locking onto the target you want to. Sometimes you want to levitate a explosive instead you levitate a guy. But these are minor gripes. On the whole, the game was very fun. Not a AAA title. Not a Zelda, not a Halo. But still a pretty damn good game. Much better than I anticipated, to be perfectly honest, and much better than the graphics would have you think. The funniest part about this game is the primary character, the apprentice, Darth Vader's secret apprentice. Oh my god, apparently what they were trying to do was mimic Hayden Christensen, because he is the most emotionless, unimportant guy ever. I mean, he's the main character, he's the protagonist, and you don't give a crap about him. And he's so emo. The only emotion he seems to be able to feel is desperate whining. He goes from, I feel no emotion, I'm so hard, I'm so embattled, to, no, no, it's not true. It's like the worst parts of what makes Star Wars Jedi's, and they left out all the, all the coolness. The closest he gets to cool is when he smirks and uses the Force, but actual personality-wise, no. I think they got George Lucas to write the dialogue on this. It would make some sense. And I think they used the same casting coach, but only for that character. The rest of the cast does a reasonably well job. They're digital, but nonetheless do a reasonably well job. All right, this took longer than anticipated, so I'm just going to sum it up. Force Unleashed on the Wii, graphically, remarkably disappointing. Character-wise, he's a terrible, terrible personality. Great concept, terrible personality. Story-wise, actually pretty damn good. Control-wise, spot-on control with a couple of minor complaints here and there, but overall fun, really a lot of fun. If you can find it for 20 bucks, I'd pick it up. Otherwise, rent the game. You can beat it in a couple of days. I took about 7 hours to beat this one. So that's it for this review. You have a good day. I'll talk to you later.